welcome to Workhorse Wrestling Network. You are gathered with us for an exciting episode of Enter the Square Circle. Yeah, baby.
We are here on Sunday for another episode of Enter the Square Circle. This is the great ALW Bash. So we have 3 matches on the card. We have the women's tag team match. We have... Why am I drawing a blank on the other 2 matches at the moment? We have 2 women's matches and a men's match. Let's put it that way. We have Cody defending the mid-card championship against Braun Breaker. We have the women's tag match, and then we have Becky Lynch defending her championship in a triple threat. So, without further ado, let's get to the great ALW Bosch. Our opening match, our current tag team champions, Alba Fire versus Bianca Belair and Alexa Bliss, your Frankenstein tag team champions from between Money in the Bank and the Elimination Chamber. Oh, no. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Bianca got second
In the Elimination Chamber.
and
Alexa had the second most dings on the Money in the Bank run, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So in our infinite Tony Khan, Vince McMahon booking wisdom, we stuck them together as a Frankenstein tag team, and now they get a title shot for no real reason, just because.
I remember having a hard time figuring out if it was Alexa Bliss or Liv Morgan. I'm still a little unsure.
I mean, I know we wrote it down right, so it's right, but they're interchangeable to a certain extent. Although I will say, I believe Alexa Bliss is more talented than Liv Morgan. I like Alexa Bliss better. I think she's a better wrestler. I think she's a better talker. I think she has more personality. Liv Morgan feels a little kind of like a Wish.com version of Alexa Bliss in some respects. So,
but when you have 6 women in the ring all trying to climb a ladder, it's hard to tell who is who.
It definitely is hard to tell who is who. There's no doubt about that.
Like, feel free to tell us in the comments if we got it wrong.
If you think it was Liv Morgan and not Alexa Bliss.
Ooh.
Island Dawn and Liv Morgan in the ring right now. Liv Morgan beating up Island Dawn.
They really are interchangeable.
They really are interchangeable, aren't they?
I don't even think you realize what you said.
What did I say? Oh,
Liv
did I
Morgan?
say that it was Liv Morgan?
Yeah,
it is. It's not. You're right. It's Alexa Bliss. That's hysterical. I didn't even catch that until just now when you said that. That's funny. Sorry, Alexa Bliss is in the ring with Alba, or with Isla Dawn at the moment. Make sure and tune in next week for the Summer Sammy,
where we will have the men's title, world title match, we'll have the men's tag title match, and we'll have a women's exhibition match.
Yes. So make sure and tune in for that next week. And then after that, I believe the next one should be the opening round of the Nap Snapper Nap tournament.
And the thing is, I'm actually most hyped for the women's exhibition match.
You want to tell them now who it's going to be? You want to surprise them next week?
I want it to be a surprise, but I think you already told them once.
Okay. Well, on the rare chance that luckily, if I slipped up and said it, they didn't hear it, we won't say it again, and we'll try to keep it a mystery for next week. You'll have to tune in next week to see. This is Sammy Joe's pick of a dream exhibition match at the moment. So tune in.
Absolutely a dream match, and like I want to give opportunities to whoever wins.
We are deliberately being vague about it, so you guys have to tune in next week to see who it is. We're not just being jerks. We are jerks, but we're not being jerks in this moment.
I'll have you know I am not a jerk. I'm an asshole. There's
Right, well, okay, there's that. As Dennis Leary once said in the great song, I'm an asshole, I'm an asshole, I'm an asshole. The world's biggest asshole.
Oh, I don't know about the world's biggest.
Have you heard that, though? Have you heard that bit?
No.
Oh, dude. The lyrics are great. So I use public toilets and I piss on the seat. I walk around in the summertime saying, how about this heat? I'm the world's biggest asshole. What else does he say? The
first one's a lot worse than the second one.
Let's see. I'm just a regular guy with a regular job. I'm your average white suburbanite slob. I like football and porno and books about war. I have a nice average house with a nice hardwood floor. My wife, my kids, my job, and my car. What does he say after that? Oh man, I'm trying to remember the rest of it.
Bro's living the life.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Man, he has so many other asshole things because then he goes into like a rant where it's like he's not actually singing, he's ranting. But he talks about eating burgers out of the old-fashioned non-biodegradable styrofoam containers, throwing that container right out the window when he's done, and wiping his mouth with the American flag. It's hysterical. I gotta see. Let me see if I can find the fucking. Because now it's gonna drive me nuts, and I can't remember the words because I used to know it like word for word.
I saw one of his stand-up specials on FX years and years and years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily the biggest Dennis Leary fan. I mean, he has his moments, but the asshole song is one of the better things. Let's see.
I like him better than Dane Cook.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. He says, my wife, my job, my kids in my car, my feet on my table, and a Cuban cigar. But sometimes that's not enough to keep a man like me interested. No, I got to go out and have fun at someone else's expense. I drive really slow in the ultra-fast lane while people behind me are going insane. Sometimes I park in handicapped spaces while handicapped people make handicapped faces.
Damn.
Oh, man. I almost forgot how it doesn't, how timely it might be. Like, this is from the 90s, so.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. You know what I'm going to do? Let's see. He says, I'm going to get myself a 1967 Cadillac Eldorado. Oh, do we have a winner?
Yep.
Oh, Bianca and Alexa, new Enter the Square Circle Women's Tag Team Champions, dethroning Fire Island. What is it? No, yeah. What do they know?
I call them Fire Island.
Unholy Union. Sorry.
Fire Island's what I call them.
And their first defense wasn't their first. This is their first defense of the title.
I don't know. Might have been.
Didn't they just win it? I think. Yeah. Either way, they didn't have it for very long. So we'll see if Alexa / Liv and Bianca can hold on to it longer than the Unholy Union held on to it. Coming up on our second match here. This is Cody Rhodes versus Braun Breaker for the mid-card title.
Which one of the two were you confusing with Dominic?
Well, because Cody defended. I was just going to say Cody successfully defended it against Dominic on the last pay-per-view, so he's already got one title defense under his belt, beating Dominic Mysterio. That's all. It was just that Cody had wrestled Dominic before. I must say it's a little disappointing for Cody to end up the mid-card champion, but he's done a decent job as mid-card champion so far. So, oh, that's right. This is a submission-only match.
Add some stakes.
Yep. Submission match for the title. Will there be a new mid-card champion?
Braun won the Elimination Chamber by submitting the final opponent. So.
Oh, that's correct. That's right. Good callback. I had forgotten that. Can Cody be dethroned?
I don't know about that.
Oh, big clothesline from Braun. Oh, standing moonsault?
The thing is Cody's good enough for the world title, so him holding the mid-card title is,
I agree. And unlike AEW, we have clearly defined levels. There are mid-card and there is main event. Now, you might get a main event guy holding a mid-card title, but it's still labeled the mid-card title. In theory, it's 4 mid-card guys, not main event dudes. Cody just happened to wrestle his way into the mid-card.
I mean, to be fair, that was with the previous 2K.
That's true.
Like, we were doing 2K22, and yeah, he just racked up those losses. So.
Well, I thought it was 23. Were we doing 23?
I think we did 22, 23, and now we're on 24.
Okay. Cody taking it to Braun on the outside here. Big right hand. Russian leg sweep. Oh, into the ring. Throwing him into the ring. Showboating. Cody going up to the top rope. Oh, Braun with the kip up. Oh, Cody still hits a missile dropkick. It didn't even matter. Braun just kipped up into the right position to get hit with the missile dropkick in the face. Braun looks like he might be in trouble. Will we have a second title change here tonight? We've already had one. Bianca and Alexa Bliss becoming new and the Squared Circle Women's Tag Team Champions. Beating the Unholy Union in our first match. Ooh, Braun running through Cody. Braun him to the top. What's he going to do? Cody up. Ooh, flying clothesline. Cody kind of no-sold. He went out the ring and then got right back in. Oh, big bulldog. Braun Breaker to Cody Rhodes. Braun's in charge at the moment. Putting it on Cody. Ooh, gorilla press position. Oh. Into the power slam. That was nasty. Braun dragging Cody out of the corner. Some stomps. Oh, here we go. Into a submission hold. Ask him, ref. Cody found a way to counter out. Oh, Cody's going to work on Braun's left leg. Trying to, in theory, wear him down for, what, maybe figure 4? Take his legs out. Oh. What I was just saying, other than, yeah, it has to be his figure 4. I don't know. Cody doesn't really have a submission move like that he uses in his repertoire. Like, He's not really a submission guy. But he had the figure four locked in for a minute there, and then Braun rolled it over, turning the pain over to Cody instead.
I mean, neither of these guys are submission guys.
No, definitely not. Definitely. I was just going to say, I don't think Braun Breaker really has a submission move either. Not
He
that
at
I've
least
seen.
has one.
Yeah. Do, 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 do. Oh, Cody's setting up for the finisher. Is Braun in trouble? We know that position. Oh, Braun counters with the big elbow. Oh, and then the sling blade. Oh, straps are down. Braun's hyped up. Cody rolling out of the way. Oh, bulldog. Big bulldog. Oh, I think Cody's geared up again for the finisher. Oh, maybe not. He just squatted in the corner. Oh, flatliner. What's Cody got in mind here? Whips Braun into the corner. Pulls him out of the corner. Scoop slam. Cody taunting Braun, telling him to come on. Oh, Cody up for the Cody cutter off the top rope.
Yeah, that was a top rope cutter.
It sure was. Now Cody dragging him to the middle of the ring. Braun moving though. Here we go. Oh. Submission set in. Is Braun gonna tap? It's pretty close to the rope. It looks like Braun got out or Cody let go. Wow. Into the steel steps. Oh. Braun picking him up and dumping him, throwing Cody around like a rag doll. And Cody's bigger than Braun. I don't know if he weighs more or more muscular, but he's definitely taller.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. Nope. Braun cranking on Cody's neck.
He definitely looks like he's got a bigger head.
Braun?
No, Cody.
Cody. Yeah, he does. Oh, Hurricane Rana. Ooh, Cody up. Braun can't follow up. Crossroads. A pin won't help him. He's got to submit him back to that same submission hold again. Here we go. Is Braun going to tap? This is the third time Cody's had that same submission hold on the same side of the ring with his back to the camera, so you can't even see the hold. Like, finally, Braun taps out, and still enter the square circle mid-card champion.
I'm curious as to how much bigger Braun Breaker is compared to John Silver.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. The American Nightmare. Cody Devontae Rowe. All right, that brings us up to our main event match of the evening, which is Becky Lynch defending her title against... Sammy's going to have to tell me because I'm drawing a total blank.
It's a triple threat.
I know Asuka that.
And Nia Jax.
There you go. Asuka and Nia Jax. The winner of the Money in the Bank and the winner of the Elimination Chamber. Bear with us while I take forever to get it set up. Would have preferred to use the universe mode and have the pay-per-view scheduled and only had to have the match click on them, but it wouldn't let us do that with the NXT. It would only let us pick NXT wrestlers for the NXT pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Which was frustrating. So Needless to say, we had to do it a different way. So
Well, I
you
mean,
get
you
to
can
watch me
manually
set it
go
up.
in and set all wrestlers and all brands,
Oh, yeah. Guess
but
you could
that
do
takes
that,
a
yeah.
while, and I don't blame you for not wanting to do that.
All right. Will we have a new women's world champion? We will see here. Becky Lynch is Sammy's character, technically. Nia Jax is my character. Asuka's yours too, right?
Hmm.
And Asuka is also Sammy Joe's. I've got one dog in the fight at 33.3% chance of winning. And when you add in Steiner's, that gives you 99.9% chance. And together, you got 227% chance of Nia Jax saying, ow, my hole during this match. Sorry.
I
That was
thought
a
you
very,
I thought you were gonna say be a genetic freak.
very bad, terrible ad-libbed rendition of a terrible promo to begin. Actually, it's a great promo, but Scott Steiner match promo is one of the funnier
Here's
classic
the
promos of all
thing:
time.
is that it's so bad it's good.
Exactly. That's it's one of those. Exactly. It's so terrible that it's good. Now, if he had been joking, which, obviously we're not in Scott's head, maybe it was, but it didn't seem like it. If he'd been joking and fucking around, that would have been something. But he seemed very serious, and it feels like that was a serious promo that just went really bad because Big Papa Pump is his elevator doesn't go all the way to the top. So
But like, it's iconic. Like it was
oh
basically
yeah,
iconic the moment it happened.
no doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Becky in the ring alone with Oscar. Big exploder suplex, Nia Jax grabbing Becky Lynch. Ooh, an exploder from Nia Jax to Becky Lynch. What you can do, I can do better. Nia over onto Oscar. Oscar on her shoulders. What's Nia going to do here? Snake eyes, dropping Oscar on the top turnbuckle. Oh, Becky Lynch going under the ring for something. She got a chair. Nia Jax able to intercept her before Becky could use the chair. Ooh. Big bulldog from Oscar out of nowhere. Then a missile dropkick to Nia Jax that didn't phase her, basically.
Samoa Joe's one of those dudes who I always felt like deserved better than he got.
Oh, yeah. 100%. There's a lot of guys I feel that way about. And I'm sure that there's, any number of reasons why that I'm not privy to because I don't know what's going on and I don't pay attention particularly to a lot of the backseat stuff and all the dirt. So, like, I probably wouldn't know even if it was available to know. But yeah, I mean, it feels like there's a lot of guys over my years of watching wrestling that I thought they have it and then they never quite get to where I think they should. And then I'm not sure. Me personally, I mean, in my lifetime, even with AEW now doing as well as it's doing, I've talked about this a number of times. This is nothing new. I still think that wrestlers in the wrestling industry see WWE in many respects as the top of the pile, especially wanting a WWE moment or WrestleMania moment. If you can have it, that's still like the biggest iconic thing you can do in wrestling. And I think it still holds water today. And so, it, it doesn't surprise me to see um, all these people that want a shot, and yet at the same time, there's only so many people that are ever going to get those moments and those shots, and it's
Yep.
always interesting to me who does and doesn't, and why certain people don't. My thought with Samoa Joe is just that I feel like WWE has always had, especially for those premier moments, their idea of what they wanted those guys
Oh, I
to
wasn't
be
even
like.
thinking WWE. I was thinking TNA.
Well, yeah, I'm just talking in general. Like for me, if you're a wrestler, the pinnacle is WWE, and I'm sure in Samoa Joe's mind, I mean that's still the big company in many respects, and a WrestleMania moment is the premier situation. And you know, for Joe to never quite get it in the way that he wants, or never get it at all, and whatever you want to, however you want to classify it, I think has to do a lot with his aesthetic appearance and the way WWE has viewed wrestlers over the years. I just think it's acted against him when it comes to WWE stuff. But even in TNA, I mean, he never got quite his just due. And I don't know if that, because TNA doesn't seem to have that same kind of problem generally with like having their mindset on exactly how a wrestler should look or act, and that's those are the only guys they push. TNA's always been kind of the place that was push guys that didn't necessarily get opportunities other places. And at the same time, yeah, he could have been treated a lot better there too. He could have been treated a lot better in AEW, even though he did have a run with the title. He still could be treated better in AEW. So, I mean, I don't know exactly what that looks like. He's been treated pretty good and had a pretty good career. So, at the same time, he's amazing. I mean, he's never talked about in the conversation for greatest, of all time type of conversations, but man, I mean, it's hard to not think when you think of Samoa Joe to think of him in those regards. It's only the booking and stuff that hasn't put him at that level, I think.
I mean, he was in the contention though, like Kurt Angle, Sting, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Rob Van Dam, Mick Foley briefly for like 2 months.
Right.
Then you got like Jeff Hardy and Mr. Anderson, which, and I'm like, I don't know if you need a Jeff Hardy and Mr. Anderson in the conversation.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I'm big on Jeff Hardy, but I'm not necessarily big on Jeff Hardy. And this is terrible for me to say, big on Jeff Hardy as like a world champion. I think of Jeff Hardy more as like maybe one of the best cruiserweights ever of all time, like that kind of a guy. More than that's where I feel he is a sweet spot. Like for me, I love Jeff Hardy. I just don't see him as like a world champion. Now that's probably a terrible thing to say, and that has nothing to do with his history or any of that kind of stuff. I just feel like there's always been guys in his area that I think are a little bit better. So and then I'm sorry, the other name you mentioned, you said another name that I wanted to comment on, and I'm trying to blank. Yeah, him, like he was always, his best thing was his promos, right? And his talking. So he got a lot out of what felt like some limited talent in the ring. I always really liked him. I don't know that he deserved a main event spot, but I mean, he definitely got over, and the crowd loved him, and I liked him. I mean, I was always a big Kennedy Anderson fan. I mean, I thought I always liked him.
The other champions during that time, you had James Storm,
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Roode, Austin Aries, Bully Ray, and Chris Sabin.
Now, Austin Aries is an interesting one because I know that he's a POS in real life and has had a lot of bad things to say and done a lot of questionable stuff. So I understand why he's basically been blackballed. I get it, and I'm not going to get into that stuff. But
Whoop, there it is.
There it is. As a wrestler, though, I always loved Austin Aries. He's an amazing talent. Dude can talk, can wrestle, can do everything. So I was extremely disappointed to find out that he was such a horrible human being as he is. So, and your new ECW Women's Champion, my girl, Nia Jax. All right.
You won one, you lost one.
Won and lost one. So we had 2 title changes on this episode, on this Great American Bash, Great ALW Bash pay-per-view. We had Bianca and Alexa Bliss become new Enter the Square Circle Women's Tag Team Champions, defeating the Unholy Union in our opening match. We then had Cody retain his mid-card title in a solid match against Braun Breaker. And then Nia Jax defeated Becky Lynch and Asuka in a triple threat to become the new Enter the Square Circle Women's World Champions. So that brings us to the end of this episode of Enter the Square Circle and the Great ALW Bash. Make sure and join us next week for Summer Sammy. Real quick, unless you've got anything else to say about underscore circle, I'll put up the little horsey, do a little house cleaning, and we'll get out of here.
I start cleaning the house.
All right, where's the horsey? I know the horsey's here somewhere. Here it is. All right. Here's that horsey QR code. You scan that QR code, that will take you to Linktree, take you to all of our social medias, everywhere you can find us. If you're new and you're not subscribed here on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. You can follow us on Twitch. You can follow us on Twitter. If you hit the bell on YouTube to be notified, you'll be notified every time we drop new content. Usually, we put out an announcement about 30 minutes before the show. At minimum, you'll get a notification when the show starts, so you'll be able to get in time to see everything that we put out. We have a show where we do the Squared Circle and the Squared Circle every Sunday. Myself and Sammy Joe, as we're here for right now, duking it out here on WWE 2K24. Then on Mondays, we have Dolores and Jay News doing Seeing Stars, where they talk about everything in the world of independent wrestling and all the up and coming stars. Put a spotlight on some new people that you need to pay attention to. That we're live every Tuesday night for the Cookout, 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 Eastern, where we talk about everything that's cooking up in the world of professional wrestling. We play games and do all sorts of stuff, so make sure and tune in for that. Then we're live every Friday for Friday Night Fights, where Sammy Joe and Anika watch SmackDown and Rampage and give you real-time reactions and opinions to what's going on in the shows. Then Saturday mornings, we're here, myself, Anika, and Sammy Joe, for this Winner's Circle. We had our second episode this morning, so if you didn't join us live for that, make sure and go back and, or yesterday, I'm sorry, yesterday now, go back and check that out. And that's where we review Monday Night Raw, NXT, and AEW Dynamite from the week before and talk about everything that's kind of going on in wrestling at the moment. So it's kind of a catch-all show. And then we're usually back Saturday nights for Saturday Night Is All Right. Excuse me, I'm battling a little bit of a cough. So where we watch AEW Collision live and give you live real-time reactions and opinions. However, the Collision watch long has been put on hiatus until September 1st, as we are down a person as CM is out for a little bit. And when she's back, we'll bring that back. In the meantime, if there are pay-per-views, we'll be there for that. So make sure, and like I said, the best way to stay in touch with us is to hit the bell on YouTube to be notified every time we drop content, and you will, or every time we're live, you'll get a notification. So thank you. We appreciate
it. We'll be taking a break next weekend. So after the Cookout on Tuesday, it'll be a minute before we're back. But we'll be back next week. So
yeah, we'll be back the following Monday with Seeing Stars again. So the Cookout this next Tuesday. Let me check the date here real quick. It is the 23rd. After that, we won't be back until Seeing Stars on Monday the 29th with Dolores and Jay News. And then we'll be back for the Cookout live on the 30th. So, but we will have Enter the Square Circle on for you on Sunday the 28th.
You sure you want to promise that?
Maybe. I'm having some PlayStation technical issues, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we will have something for you on for Enter the Square Circle on Sunday, July 28th. If not, we'll be back the following week, or as soon as I get my PlayStation situation resolved, I suppose. So, all right. So until next time, as usual, peace.